Hello again. Well, I thought today we might have a look at this vise. I had for many years put up with smaller vices, and I finally decided I needed something a bit more usable. Now this one is not an expensive vice. There's a lot of copies of it. I've seen a few of them on the American channels. This one came from super cheap. It's got a Toolpro badge on it, but I believe it's just a generic one that they can get from a supplier. So it's really quite handy. It's got the handle here. You can do a bit of beating on stuff. It rotates that way. One of the things I have noticed is that it's particularly easy to bend the handles on these, trying to get them tight enough. I've done some serious walloping on this, and it will twist and turn if you put too much weight on it, because these pins aren't really that strong. Now this one also turns this way because it has a pipe clamp on the top here, which I found very, very handy when I've been doing pipes. You put them in there, it makes it a lot easier to cut it. And also right on the end here, you have a clamp where you can hold a square piece of steel, a bit of RHS or something. So yeah, it's just a very, very handy multi-function item. Like I say, I've wailed on it quite a bit. The jaws are replaceable. That one seems a little bit loose, so we'll just open them up. I'll grab a little screwdriver and tighten it up. You can see there's two different screws in there, so it's probably had a crack at this one before. I don't know how other people get on, but I tend to find I pull things apart now, and I find things that I'm sure I must have done to them years ago, because I've probably had this thing 10 years now. And I wonder, did I do that, or and yet other things you can remember as clear as day. So, as I say, this thing is very good. I've used it for many things. One of the issues that I did notice hello. Yeah, good mate. Alright, sorry about that. Now, one of the comments, complaints, whatever I have been hearing is that when this is set on the zero, on his little gauge here, it is not actually level. It's got to be about 3 degrees. Now, it's always difficult when you're using magnetic bases and you've got a lot of steel around, because it's really easy just to get a little bit of steel underneath it and put everything off. No, that one's the wrong way. That one's too far. Okay, well, that'll be close enough for argument's sake. And yes, we can see there that it's at 2 degrees, 2.5 degrees. So yeah, it's not exactly level for that mark. Now there's any number of reasons for that. I did check the bench just to make sure it wasn't the bench. The bench is a little bit out. I mean, that could be leaning towards it. But I really can't think of when it's going to matter. Certainly not to me. If you had it mounted differently so that you could mount something in there on an angle and weld on the bench, maybe that would make a difference, but I'm sure you'd be checking with more than just that guide. I think probably having that guide there is more trouble than it's worth, because it just confuses the situation. So yeah, I've never used it for measurement's sake. I've used it for holding things on different angles, sort of if you've got something that's on a bit of a bevel but you need to hit it straight down from the top. It's brilliant for that. But yeah, that was just something I saw and I thought, well, I haven't shown you this vise yet, so I'm sure you've seen it in lots of videos, but you didn't have a real good look. Like I say, it's not an expensive vise. I think it cost me $125. I believe they're still available. But yeah, I'll see if I can bring one up for you. Anyway, it's not a bad thing. I would really like to get one of the ones that has the jaw that comes out to the side, so that you can hang long things, because this is it's too short for that. There's just not enough room there. If you have, say, a long bit of RHS or something that you want to clamp up and hang out the side of the cuff or weld. But given the short amount of space I have on my bench here, it's probably not worth me doing it. But anyway, no worries then. Well, yeah, I hope you enjoy that, and if you've got any questions about it, please ask me.